everyone and welcome to my channel. Today is the first episode of my November tutorials series, which I have been planning for quite some time. And today I decided to do a look that is inspired by the beautiful Dior 2014 fall collection, which I used the Trafalgar Quint, obviously. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and without any further ado, let's jump in. I started by prepping my skin with moisturizer, and of course I cleansed it before. And I prepped my eyes with the Smashbox lip primer, as well as I just dabbed a little bit of the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Eternal Gold right at the center of my lids, as you may be able to tell. And now I'm going to get right into business, and I'm going to use the Dior Quint in Trafalgar. I will try to stay as true to the commercial that I saw online, but you know, it's actually an inspired look. The first step for me is to take the gold shade, right, apply it in the middle of my lid, just like so, to kind of really pack it on and get it to be quite intense. Next, with the Dirty MAC 217, I'm going to take the shade in the middle, that red, amazing, beautiful shade, and I'm going to apply it on the outer third of my eyes, dragging it into the crease and outwards, into the crease and outwards, into the crease and outwards. We're going to do the same thing, but this time in the inner corner. We're going to apply it in the inner corner, into the crease and upwards, into the crease and upwards. And now it's time to connect between the outer and inner portion of my eyes. Next, we're going to take the Hakuhodo brush and we're going to dip it into this shade right here, the darkest shade in this quad. And we're going to start by applying it kind of right above the gold shade in the crease. And now it's time to start blending the darkest shade of the squad, which is this one, and the red shade of the squad, which we used before, with the Hakuhodo J146, which I absolutely love for a really precise crease work. We're going to build the intensity of the color slowly so that we don't start by like looking as if we were punched in the eyes or something like that. The greatest thing about this squad is kind of putting one color over the other and seeing how complex it turns out to be, because it's really great. I think it's absolutely one of the best squads that Dior has ever came up with. And now we're going to take the same color in the inner half or the inner corner of the eyes. Now we're going to take the darkest shade in this Quint, and we're with the MAC 217. We're going to apply it in the outer corners of the eye. And now it's time to start blending it into the gold, so we're going to take a little bit of that and kind of lightly drag it on top of the kind of outer edges of the gold, but not touching the inner portion of that. We're going to do the same thing with the inner corner. And now we're going to go back to the shading brush with the gold, and we are going to really intensify that one. Next, with a pencil brush, we're going to dip that pencil brush into the darkest shade of this Quint, pack it on as much as we can, and now we're going to really carve the outer edge of the eye look. Carve it in as much as you can. Now, while we're looking like a hot mess, we're going to take the pink highlight of this shade with the fingers right under the brow bone, just for it to kind of mark where we want the red to end. And then we're going to go over it with the white shade, just to make it look less pink than it actually was. Next, we're gonna have to go back with the red, because this look is more about the red than the purple. And we're going to apply that with the Hakuhodo J146. Take it lightly, tap off the excess, and kind of still apply it over that purple. And go back to the areas where we applied that plum. Alright, so everything that I did behind camera was foundation, concealer, and powder, as well as my brows. So right now I'm going to take a clean brush, and this brush is actually the Smashbox Taper Shadow Brush, and I'm going to use the edges of this to buff out the edges of my eye makeup. So basically I'm going to go back and forth to really buff things out, and then back and forth on the very top of my eyes to buff them out as well. It needs to look very, very blended, and it needs to kind of fade into nothing. And before we reach the level in which we need to apply our mascara, I'm going to work a little bit on the lower lash line. I'm going to use the Smashbox kind of pencil brush, and I'm going to take the gold shade first, and I'm going to apply it in the center of my lower lash line. So basically like this. Next, we're gonna take the darkest shade, this plum shade, and we're going to kind of apply it at the very outer edge of this look, doing the same thing on the other eye. Now we're gonna take that, and we're going to apply it at the very inner corner of the eyes. And now we're going to take the red, which is the shade in the center, and we're going to blend the gold and the plum together with it. And you can actually blend it downwards as much as you desire, just to get a bit of a grungy feel, but not too much. And now it's time to balance the redness of the eyes with a little bit of a blush. And I'm going to use the Dior blush in Brown Millie, which is one of my absolute favorite blushes in the history of mankind. And I'm going to apply it starting on the apples of the cheeks and then dragging it backwards, like you'll be able to tell right now. I think it just ties everything together. And now for the lips, I'm going to use the MAC Viva Glam #3, which is my first MAC lipstick ever. And I'm going to apply it straight from the bullet. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that you enjoyed this look. If you enjoyed this look indeed and you would like to give me some thumbs up, then make sure to do that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to watch the rest of the tutorials that will be coming up throughout the month of November. And don't forget to leave me any comments of any requests or anything like that. I would love to know that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.